Well, we did it. We finally finished the year, and I want to show you guys an intimate look at my portfolio, the dividends earned, my performance, and this is something that's not always the easiest thing to do, but this is an intimate look at my investments. And a lot of YouTubers will not do that. They like to just show, the good side, the content, but not their personal portfolio. And I think you benefit most when you see someone's actual performance based on their strategies, what they talk about, and I think you just get a lot of benefits from a channel like mine. I am not perfect, and I'm gonna show you those sides of things, and there's areas I'm gonna be very successful in, and you're gonna get to see those side of things as well. So I think it's a well-rounded channel. Be sure to subscribe, give it a shot, and I wanna get started with this video and show you my portfolio performance. We're gonna dive right into this. This year has been a tough one for us investors, and you'll see here my portfolio ended this year down just shy of 6%. I like that it stopped at 5.99, so I can say I lost in the 5% range, not in the 6%. But this is $2,948 of unrealized losses. Now, of course, I want to just point out some winners and some losers. Let's start with the losers. Tattooed Chef. This is one that I regret. Actually, let me change that statement. This is one that has lost me money and that I've learned a lot from. And luckily, it's not a big allocation of my portfolio. And if you're new, in purple is the allocation by market value. So 0.22%, it makes up of my whole portfolio, so a very small percentage. Of course, it's down massively. So at a cost basis, it's probably more close to 1.5% of my portfolio. But luckily, I didn't invest a lot of money, but I've learned a lot from this, and I am still going to learn more as I continue to hold this and hopefully reduce those losses with this company. But I got into it for the wrong reasons. I jumped on a bandwagon. This is a new company to the stock market. It's a new business, it's speculative, and I should have known better when all the other speculative stocks were very popular. That's usually the wrong time to invest. And so yes, lots of lessons learned there. Another big one that is down massively for me is 3M, 19.56%. Makes up a bigger part of my portfolio. It's 3.63%. Without that loss, it's probably at my cost basis is closer to 5%. This one, it kind of hit me off guard with the lawsuits and all the litigation issues, but I still think 3M is a strong company and will recover. So I'm not too down on myself for this one, but I will trim this once I get in the green, and I am confident it will be in the green someday. Of course, we have the communication sector, which altogether, this one's a negative. AT&T's down almost 17%. Warner Bros. Discovery, I got those because AT&T spun off that part of its business. It's down 54.4%. Not a very strong sector. A lot of these companies just have had a huge issue with cash flows, and AT&T's always been a slow grower. I think AT&T will be a company that will be in the green, if not in 2023, in 2024. And at that point, I'll have to decide if I want to keep or sell. Warner Bros., I think this one's going to struggle. It's a very small allocation of my portfolio, so maybe I'll average down. I'm not sure, but this isn't one I would invest in. I just got it from AT&T, so I'm still deciding what to do with that one. Three more I want to point out. Meta, of course, I got into this company before they changed their name, before the metaverse happened, their losses with the reduction in their advertisement revenue. This is still a strong company financially. I think they're finally focusing on reducing their employee count, reducing their spend on the metaverse, and I think I'll be in the green on this company. It might be a few more years, but at that point, I do want to cut my percentage because I'm at 6.77% allocation, and without that loss, my cost basis, I'm probably closer to like an 8 or 9%. So definitely want to reduce here, and lessons learned that I just went too heavy into this company when I should have been looking at the possibility that we'll have economic troubles, and one of the big areas that would reduce is advertisement spending. Then we have Amazon. That one, I'm down almost 20%, but long term, I think this company is going to be a huge success for me. That's what I'm betting. I'll continue averaging down. I don't think I am sad about this one. I'm actually happy I get to add at these lower prices. So really nothing negative there for me. Ally Financial, my mistake here was that I did mention it. It's very heavily focused in the auto loan industry. And of course, the whole auto industry as a whole is suffering right now. I mean, even look at Tesla. So I'm down 21% here, and I think I got impatient and I got into this company above the price point I wanted to. So this is a very perfect example of being patient when you do your research and realize at what price point you should be getting into a company and stick with it. I would have been a lot less in the red than I am now, but this company, the good thing about it is not highly leveraged. They do not have a lot of debt, so they will survive any type of recession, and I think in the end I'll be heavily in the green. And in the meantime, I get to collect over a 4% dividend, which is fantastic. Now, some of my big wins this year, AbbVie at the very top, that one has always done well for me. I've also considered Pfizer, but I think the pharmaceutical drug area is just one that has been phenomenal, especially since the pandemic hit. Very good play by me. Another one I want to point out is Coca-Cola. Surprisingly, even though I think this company is super overvalued, it's such a safe stock. It's a consumer staple stock. So people are going to continue to buy Coca-Cola products whether we're in good times or bad times. And that is proving to be true with what people are willing to spend for a company like this. And I'm up 27%. So pretty awesome. Bank of America is another company, though I'm a lot lower in the allocation. Solid financial pick. Vici is one that I'm very proud of. I am up 12%. This company, I've talked about it so many times, so I won't go into it too much, but I think this experiential REIT is so unique. The way it does things is so unique, and it's going to benefit massively over the next decade with growth because it's acquiring a lot of properties. So I definitely will really be laser focused on this for any dips to add more to. And then outside of that, just the fact that I'm diversified in ETFs, which I recently did a video on. You'll see SCHD all the way to the right, my most favorite ETF ever. I'm up 14.37. This one has held up very well, has really helped my portfolio. And then you look at the other ETFs. They're all mainly Fidelity ETFs. So like with utilities, I'm up almost 17.66%. And that's FUTY, that's my utility ETF. So overall, to be down only 6%, I feel is a win. A lot of portfolios I see are down those massive 20+%, some even like 60 or 70% because they went all in on a few companies. And my portfolio, what I really want to give credit to this portfolio holding up well is that I'm well diversified. I do my research. I feel I'm mostly in good quality companies. The ones that I don't feel are quality companies are my earlier picks when I, was still learning, and what I know now, I would have never got into them. But overall, that's why you diversify, because you continuously learn, and you're going to have some in the red, some in the green, but overall, it's going to hold up your portfolio. And I hope by the end of 2023, that negative almost 6% will be a positive 6%. But that's just to be seen because there's going to be a lot of changes with this portfolio if you follow me. So let's go into a few more things before we get to my dividends. And even before that, we're going to do my big reveal of how I did compared to last year and compared to the S&P 500. So let's now look at my allocation by market value. It's all those little purple sections, but this kind of puts it into a better perspective. So by market value, obviously I'm very heavy in the technology sector and the consumer discretionary sector. I also have a lot in real estate, healthcare, and financials. And then I feel I'm a little underweight in consumer staples, in energy, in utilities, and materials, which those two, I don't think I want that much exposure to anyways, so that's okay. I have an international index, which that's where I kind of want to keep it at, is where it's at now, because internationally, I just feel in the US we have a stronger economy and will continue to do so for decades to come. And so I will always just very slowly add to that one. But overall, here's my sector allocation by market value. I definitely want to, over time, really focus on the sectors I'm very bullish on, and the rest I want to even out more. So technology, I'm still very bullish on. And of course, with that sector going down massively, the fact that I'm only down 6%, I think is a testament as well. So then I want to look at the allocation by gain or losses. So this kind of does also show you the tech sector obviously has suffered a lot this year. Healthcare has done well. My financials are down just a hair. Consumer discretionary is down more. Consumer staples is down more. My dividend equity ETF is doing well for me. Industrials is down. And then if we go all the way to the right, because the rest are kind of small, the communication sector is down. So this really helps smooth things out. This is why you diversify. Another reason to look at it in this different way. So now I want to do the big reveal to show how I did compared to last year. Again, this is would be uncomfortable for many other YouTubers to show, but I'm okay showing it because I'm all about transparency, the good and the bad, and this is how we all learn. So if we look at this, here it is. Year end of 2022, I'm down that $2,948, that almost 6% loss. Last year, the end of 2021, I was up $6,200. I was up 23.29%. I was on fire, but now if we compare the years, I am down $9,158 or 29.28%. So quite the decline, but again, overall my portfolio is only down 6%, where I've seen a lot of portfolios, because they aren't diversified, down that 30% as their year-end 2022 number or more. And if we compare this to the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is down 19.44% over the past year. This is its performance. This is the benchmark for a lot of investors to try to beat. And so keep that in mind, 19.44%. If we go back to my portfolio performance, I'm down 29.28. So I'm just a shy below 10% trailing the S&P of their performance. So definitely I want to change things around next year. That's what I strive for. I definitely want to try to at least be close or beating the S&P 500. I think that's a great benchmark to have. So though I think I am down more than 10% compared to the S&P 500, there are some big YouTubers that I follow. One is Joseph Carlson. He is down 20+%. I am down over just shy of 10%. So just goes to show you that all investors are different. And just because I'm a smaller investor, a smaller YouTube channel versus others, I feel like I'm holding up fairly well. I feel like my strategies are holding up well, mainly on diversification and quality companies. And I've gone through a lot of videos over the years. And as I continue to go, you'll continue to see my strategies mold and change for the better. And this portfolio performance, my goal is next year, the year end of 2023, this is my goal. I want to be in the growth percentage of 6%. I want to flip that -6 to a +6. So let's see if I can do that. That would be fantastic, and I think I can reach that. I think I have the ability to continue investing in a smart way with all the knowledge I've learned over the years, and this is just something that is my goal that I'm setting forth for myself that we'll look back on next year and see if I reached it. So with that said, I want to move into my dividends. I want to show you guys all my dividends I earned throughout not only this year, but the past 2 years, because I started in 2020, and see how my dividends have grown. Does that whole dividend snowball effect work? We are going to see. So let's first look at my sector dividends. This is a good look by sector, which sector pays out most. Real estate obviously pays out the most. Usually the REITs do. That's just, they have to return so much of their profits back to investors. That's just how they work. Technology's up there, but I am more heavily invested, so that's why. Healthcare pays out well, financials, that makes sense. Some of the lower ones are materials, utilities, and energy, but I'm also low weight on those when it comes to allocation of my portfolio. So I think this is just a good way to see. I am getting a pretty diversified amount of dividends from all the different sectors, and I think that is also a great thing because that's protecting my passive income. And that's what I want to do long term, is be able to depend on this income to pay the bills, and who knows what else, who knows how much this will grow, but I have some big goals for my future. Then I want to look at this dividend chart before we get to the actual numbers to compare the years. This compares the growth. In 2020, that yellow bar, you'll see the growth compared to the red bar in 2021, and then the blue bar now in 2022. And you'll see that growth each year get more and more, except for a few months have dipped between 2022 and 2021, but I have sold out of some companies, went more heavy into the growth companies, so that's where you kind of see effect there in those few months, but overall, my dividends are growing. So let's look at my dividend numbers. I think this is what you guys wanted to see most out of everything on this video, and here it is. You will see this year in 2020, if you look at the total at the bottom, I have earned $1,028.54 in dividends. My goal was to get above $1,000, and I did. Last year, I earned $759, and my first year of investing, I earned $330. Now, take your eye up to January of 2020. When I first started investing, my very first dividend, I earned 20 cents. What an amazing thing to experience. Even though it was just 20 cents, it was so neat to know that I'm investing in a company. I don't have to do anything else, lift a finger. I can sleep, I can eat, I can work out, and I'm earning passive income from that company. So 20 cents all the way now to the bottom left in December of 2022, and now I'm getting $180.20 in 1 month. That is the power of dividend investing, reinvesting those dividends and letting that snowball effect happen where it just grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger. And this is what has led me to all my years so far. I've earned $2,118.54. But as far as 2022, to earn over $1,000, that's like a small bonus, right? I'm getting a small bonus now each year of at least $1,000. Next year, I'd love to grow this closer to 2,000. 2,000 might be a little bit too much of a goal, but let's do it. I think I can do that. But at least I want to get to 1,500 and at the most 2,000 for my 2023 year-end dividend earned amount. And I think that's possible because as that snowball effect happens, your dividends will continue to grow massively as you reinvest. And this year, like I said, I did sell some higher dividend companies and put into more growth companies. And so this number would have been even higher, but I think I'm preparing my portfolio for massive future growth by the way I am doing things. Because sometimes just because the stock pays a high dividend, it can be a big dud because its stock price can go down and you can make more of a loss than you do in earning those dividends when you net it together. So yes, there's my performance for the year. There's my dividends. This is me being very transparent, which I hope you appreciate. And I hope you do choose to subscribe and follow me as I share my strategies, my journey, because my goal is to become wealthy. My goal is to have that passive income turn to $1,000 per month. That would be awesome. And this is something that will happen. I will get there, and you guys get to see how I get there. You get to take the good and the bad and also help yourself grow as an investor and learn because you'll see my mistakes, you'll see my successes, and that's what this channel is about. So yes, I feel I did very well this year. It's been a tough year. A lot of companies have crashed massively, and a lot of investors chose just a few of those companies, maybe those tech companies that went down 50+%, and their portfolios are a disaster. And I feel for them because we all want to grow our wealth, grow our money, and that's tragic. We work hard for our money. So I hope, we all can continue to learn, turn things around. And next year, I hope to have a portfolio in the green by 6%. I hope to have earned at least $1,500 in dividends. Let's see if I can get there. Follow along. Look at the strategies I put forth. And I'm going to be doing a lot of changes with my portfolio. I have a lot of my stocks that I have an eye on to sell, and I have a lot of stocks on my watch list to add, and a lot of current stocks to average down massively on or add to, even if they're already in the green. So I've learned a lot. I think going forward, this next year is going to be more successful, more sturdy than this year, despite a recession, despite maybe another turbulent year in the stock market. So we shall see what happens. But with that said, thank you guys so much for subscribing. What a year it's been. Be sure if you are comfortable, I'd love to hear how your portfolio has done. If it's done, great. Did you choose good stocks, or is it not so good and you chose some bad picks for this year? Doesn't mean they can't turn around. But it'd be interesting for us all to share and start a conversation on individual companies or ETFs or how our portfolios are, because you're not alone. I guarantee it. A lot of investors, if not all investors, are probably massively down compared to they were at the end of 2021. And so, yeah, let's all move forward and continue learning, continue growing our wealth so we can, live off of that passive income or make massive gains where, we have a lot more comfort in our life because we have that money to fall back on. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful new year, and let's have a great 2023. And I look forward to providing a lot of great content this year. And so with that said, we'll see you soon.